Well, guys, we here's another one on the ramp truck. As you can tell, the 56 is off of it, and one of the inspection panels is removed to show us this tank right here. I know you can't probably see it from that view, but there's another tank over there, and then another tank over here, and then that tank, and there's another tank, and there's tanks and tanks and tanks on top of this thing. But needless to say, we had issues. We did make it to the car show. It did break down in the line going into the car show, and luckily Caleb was able to get it back going and get it to where we could park it. But in that process, the alternator went out on it, in which we replaced with that alternator. Even though it does have two batteries, and but it had the other alternator had zonked out. So while at the car show, we walked around and tried to find a Chevrolet one-wire alternator, in which couldn't find one. So luckily, the 56 that we had on the back, that alternator, of course, is the same thing. So we snatched it off and threw it on there, and was able to get the truck back home. But the fuel issue, that was one of the biggest things. There's so many tanks, and that's why this inspection plate's off. There was so many issues with it. All these lines kind of tie into each other, and there's ball valves and stuff, and it's just, the truck was running out of fuel. And I have some of these clamps off, but as you can tell, it's got a mechanical pump, and then this jockey pump, which the jockey pump really needs to be at the back of it, but that clamps off right here because I was just going through there yesterday and making sure that all this stuff was actually working and pumping. But there is just so many tanks on this truck, and if you don't have this valve off, this tank is completely empty. So it was just sucking air out of it, and there's 2 or 3 ball valves in line, and I'm just going to bypass. I'm taking that tank, of course, out today. Then I can move that winch forward some and actually utilize all this space as well on the truck. But I don't think you can see that tank from over here. There's 2 saddle tanks on both sides. There's one on that side, and then one on this side as well, and then this tank. And that's a plenty for where I'm going to, what I'm going to be doing and hauling. This thing is 9 inches deep, 24 inches wide, and 3 foot long. And for anybody that wants to do the math on that and see exactly how long or how many gallons that holds, hey, let me know in the comments. But this one has they all actually, as you can tell, have sending units in them, so the gas gauge does work. But another thing right here, that thing is just pinched, so that's not getting a lot of good, fuel, and that's your inlet going into your fuel pump. So that thing was crimped. As you can see, the top of the bed, that inspection cover was riding on it. God only knows what that hose goes to. You got T's right here going into these tanks, filters, you got valves. It's a bunch of stuff. So you got needle valves, you got ball valves, we got all kinds of valves on this truck. So it's a fuel delivery issue, and I'm not sure. Hopefully today I'm going to move that jockey pump back to here and tie it into that, and then pump it to the mechanical pump. So I don't think that was an issue. I don't think it's that long enough to need all that. I just think it was just sucking so much air, and instead of gas, it's just getting into these tanks, and instead of, it's going to the path of least resistance. So, and as you can tell, has no more running boards on it. 2 reasons. One reason, I was going to take them off to begin with. Then I was like, no, they kind of go with the truck. So, I've got them over here. When it broke down Sunday night, we made it to one of my good friends' shops there in West Point, Georgia, and the truck kind of coasted in with the car on the back, and fortunate enough, we were able to leave the truck at his shop. And so Monday morning, I go and get it, and I wasn't paying attention to a block that was in his side yard at his shop, and I TK'd this running board. Luckily, it did not hurt the side of the truck, but it did eat that thing up and dent it pretty bad. And they're dated, so I took all the old brackets, and this passenger side, it already had some damage as well. It just set so low. Those things were kind of, I would say something that would just get you in a, a high spot, and you would bottom out on the running boards. And so I took them off, and they're dated as all get outs, but it is what it is. But me personally, I think the truck looks better without them. The Firebird did not sell, so it's back at home. It is dusty as all get outs, but it did not sell at all. So that car is definitely still for sale. I need to make another video. I'm gonna make a couple in this ramp truck today once I actually fix the fuel line today. I need to make a video on this little truck. I got it from, once again, one of my good friends. So that one will be another one coming up. It's a good running old truck. But just a little update on the ramp truck, because it did not, its first main voyage, it didn't break down, but it didn't, it didn't need to get towed, so it made it home on its own power. So let's just see if we can make it better. But I'm gonna get off of here and make this one a short video. But once again, hope y'all like and subscribe. But I do have a Facebook page for this channel now, so it's under the same thing, Alabama Car Rescue. So and we got t-shirts now, guys. We got t-shirts. So I hope y'all like and subscribe. Once again, go to the Facebook page and subscribe to it as well. Add me as a friend. I accept anybody. So once again, y'all be safe, and I'll make another video here in a little bit. See y'all.